Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about all things around mum guilt. 3 of the major ones that have recently come into the question box on the website is guilt around body comparison, and we've got guilt around having zero energy while having sex with our lover and our spouse. And the last one is a really big one, guilt around doing things outside of being a lover and outside of being a parent. So things that make you feel you, that give you your identity, okay? So let's dive in. If this is something that interested you, then keep watching as we jump in. So first of all, let's touch base on the things that make you feel you. The other day, I had someone that jumped into my DMs over on Instagram and they asked me, how do I go about mum guilt when it comes to doing things for myself, like going to my pole? So my hobby is pole dancing, as it makes me feel like me and allows me to fill up my cup. That way I have more energy to give back to my lover and to my family. So taking this time out for myself is crucial, because I always say the harder you work at home, the more you need to introduce play. At first there was this sense of mum guilt, and how I responded to this woman was some of my most cherished moments with Isla was when me and her were together. No one else was around. It was like we were the only 2 people that mattered in the world, that all time had stopped. Things like going to the park together or exploring new activities together, learning new skills, having the experiences with her when she just starts talking or just really starts walking or realizes that she can spin around for the first time. These are moments that are really, really beautiful that I cherish so deeply. And what really helps me eliminate the mum guilt is reflecting on these moments. Knowing that my partner works 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, so really they only have Sunday. And it can be really easy to fall into the space when your partner works 6 days a week, to fall into the headspace that, oh, they have a really high stressful job, or they work so hard, they're really tired physically when they come home. I don't want them to have to feel do any of the chores, do any of the cooking, do anything out around the house. And I feel really bad and guilty around asking them to mind our child so I can go do something for myself. I do not want to deny my partner of those one-on-one experiences. This really helps me to disperse a lot of that mum guilt, because knowing that they are at home having those one-on-one experiences together brings me so much joy and so much love, especially when he's sending me short videos or short photos of her doing something new for the first time. And then I get jealous, but I'm just so happy that they are having that bond. They are deepening their bond. So when you feel mum guilt around taking time out for yourself to go do a hobby, reframe from I'm not worthy of this, or I don't want to burden them with my child. You're not burdening them with your child. They love your child dearly. They love when your child laughs, when your child smiles, when your child runs up to them screaming, "Daddy." These are joyful, cherished moments that they get to have one-on-one. And when you deny yourself of filling your cup and doing things outside of your mum duties to make you feel like you're denying them of having those experiences. So this is my number 1 tip for being able to disperse, changing your mindset and just your perspective just a little bit, to really allow you to enjoy being you again. Not mum you. What makes you you? You're not asking them to mind your child every single night of the week or every single Sunday. So you need to remember this. That's the first step with mum guilt. The second step is knowing that when your cup is filled, you cannot provide from an empty cup. So when your cup is full, you will have more energy to give back to your spouse. They will see you more happier, more at ease, less anxious around the house. And they love that, because that is why they love you. They love seeing you happy, and our partners are built to be providers. Third thing is knowing your partner does not just work. I'm sure there are things that they do that make them feel like them outside of work too. It might be the need to watch the football when the football season is on. It might be the need to have a beer with their friends once a week. It might be the need to go to the gym. And these are things that they are doing on top of working and providing to make them feel like them. That way they have more love to give to you. So just knowing this and reminding yourself of this, and that they are entitled to that just as much as you are entitled of that. It doesn't matter how stressful their job is. If you can reshift your mindset to my child's laughter relaxes them, soothes them, my child's smile brings them joy, and is the reason why they want to come home in the first place from a hard day's work, then you'll be able to disperse so much of this mum guilt. Because the reality is you're not disappearing for a lifetime. You're disappearing for literally an hour or two. Yeah? And we're having to remind ourselves of this. When you come home, you can take over. And then they get to relax and have their downtime as well. You're also not doing this every single day of the week, more likely. So reminding yourself of this as well. You might be doing this only once a week. But it is so important for you to be able to do something that makes you feel like you. Because your relationship will benefit hugely from it. So the second biggest one I hear is I've lost my libido, or I have zero energy for sex. I feel so sorry for my partner, but they are very loving and very supportive, but it'd be nice to get my mojo back. So firstly, thing you want to address here is, where are you in your postpartum? Because if you are within the 12 months and you are still experiencing broken sleep, sleep-deprived nights, you are in the 8 to the 9 month regression, which is hell, by the way. It's not forever. It's only temporary. And one of the easiest ways to disperse some of this guilt is to really sit down and have a conversation with your partner. You know, I remember when I was going through maybe the 10th month regression, ours was a little bit later. I felt really, really guilty, but then there was this needing to know, well, hang on, why am I feeling guilty? Maybe I am meeting their needs, or maybe I'm not meeting their needs. I won't know until we actually have a conversation about it. So I remember literally asking Paul, going, are your sexual needs being met? I'm experiencing some guilt around having zero energy, or not initiating was a really big one for me, because we do like a beautiful flow within the initiating. And just by having that conversation and having him really acknowledge where I was at, and, you know, offering that reassurance, was literally like, babe, we have our whole life to have sex. Do not worry about it right now. I am tired too. And like, that never even popped into my mind, like that the broken sleep that was affecting me because I had to get up and like 3 to 4 times a night was slowly built up over a period of time, that I was so fatigued. But it was also affecting the quality of their sleep and the way that they were going to work and having to do all that physical labor. And if you've got a business partner, mental, it's the same kind of thing. Work and jobs are hard in their own way, regardless of what your partner is doing. So to have a conversation around this, ask your partner, what is it that they need right now in order to get their connection needs met? Is there any other ways that I could meet your needs physically that doesn't include penetration or sex, if that is off the tables for you because you don't have the energy? You know, more than often, intimacy is this wide range of things. You have social intimacy, you have intellectual intimacy, you have physical intimacy, you have sexual intimacy. And the list goes on. There are so many ways that we can feel close to our partner. How can we learn to navigate and go back to the basics so we can experience this closeness? For me, it was having that quality family time in the afternoon, just going to the park with a walk, but having him come with me instead of doing invoices on the computer. Taking 5 minutes out of his day that would allow me to feel close with him was all that I needed. But what does that look like for you? If you don't have the energy to be having sex, or your libido's there, especially within the first 12 months. Yeah. So after the first 12 months, you know, you up until about 1.5 years, once your baby starts sleeping all the way through, you know, if you've got a baby that is sleeping all the way through and you're still finding that your mojo is not there, and it could be for a bunch of different reasons, self-body image, if you're not feeling good about your body, if you're not feeling sexy in your mum, as a mum, then your libido, you can't expect it to be there. If you are experiencing any kind of resentment or any unresolved conflict, you feel like you are feeling underappreciated in your role, then these are definitely things that need to be addressed first in order to be able to find your libido and that spoocy energy again. But if all these things have been addressed and you're still finding that your libido isn't there and you don't have that energy to initiate, then maybe what is missing is the spiritual connection with yourself. Yeah, so what does that spiritual connection with yourself look like? Because it is a lot different being a mum when you have a toddler, and a mum and when you have a toddler at your feet all the time, when you go to the toilet, when you have a shower, when you're trying to cook dinner, the toddler is always there. You don't have all this time. So your spiritual practice is, getting real. What does that look like for you? Is it going to the gym and having an hour of you time? Is it being able to reach out to a friend and asking them if they can mind or have a play date while you do something for yourself? Is there anyone that can help share babysitting, like the parent-in-laws? Have you got any support there?
All right, if you were to search up Hey Mama Protein, wait for Google to bring it up. You might need to just scroll all the way down. You want to find Hey Mama. Here we go. Find the website Hey Mama. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of their page to locate their blog. And you'll see here I did a guest post blog down here, right at the bottom page. I believe it is in the footer. Yep, you can see it right there. Hitting on the tab Life, you will then locate the Sex After Birth blog. This is where I share a little bit more about the hormones and how the hormones can affect your desire and your libido. So if you are breastfeeding still, then this is definitely something you would like to search. If you're experiencing vaginal dryness, right here in this blog, it explains it all. So enjoy, have a read. Now let's jump back into the rest of the YouTube clip.
Navigating how you can make this work so you can allowing that mum guilt around having zero energy for sex to disperse. So getting clear on what that looks like. But the third thing that we want to touch base on today is mum guilt around body comparison. Now, when I was about at 9 months, I heard a mum who was about 3 months into her postpartum already thinking about having liposuction. And they told me that my body bounced back really, really quick. Now, it's a year and a half. My body has only literally just bounced back. Please be careful of who you follow, the filters, photo editing in regards to this. Making sure, clothing can be quite deceitful as well. Wearing beautiful high-waist clothing, things that make our body look and feel good, but also knowing that underneath the high-waist pants, a lot of us are still healing from the elasticity in our skin, and that does take a lot more than 6 months. Yeah, it's taking me a year and a half to get my body back, even though it looked like my body bounced back at 3 months. It most certainly didn't in my world and eye of things. So allowing your body, if you fall into comparison, being able to do something for you. What is it that you're doing? What makes you feel good? Do you need to buy some clothing to suit your new mum body? Some beautiful mum jeans, some beautiful boyfriend jeans, or whatever that looks like. Allowing yourself a short budget or a big budget to purchase some clothes that make you feel sexy in your new mum body will help you stop with the comparison. Secondly, as I've already said, you don't know how long it takes someone's body to bounce back. What you think has looked from the outside world has bounced back, it might not be what that individual thinks. So another thing is doing what exercises, what hobbies do you want to do that's going to either help support endorphins releasing within your body, allowing those beautiful natural hormones to run more freely. For me, that is pole dancing. I really love how it's playful, how it's allowed me to build up my lower core strength. Pole dancing is a really beautiful one, and it's a learnt skill. So if you're following people, trust me, there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes in regards to behind the sessions. What I really love about pole dancing is if you were to ask the teacher for some core and strengthening drills, they will give you some things that you can do at home. And these things are quite hard, but these are really, really achievable at home with a toddler, just playing around. If they've got like 3 minutes and you've got like an extra 2 minutes to do a few things, you can literally entertain them and do these strengthening drills. And pole dancers and dancers have really amazing bodies without having to go into the strength and the weight training and the high cardio, which can be, in my eyes, it's just not fun. It's not my idea of fun. I do enjoy weight training, but high cardio, burpees, all that stuff, sprints, lunges, it is not fun. I do not want to be doing that. So you can move back into twerking. Twerking, which burns like over 600 calories, but it's fun. It's not about having to get your body back. It's about having fun and falling back in love with your body. Yeah, twerking is all about the jiggle and it works with your lower chakras. So it makes you proud of your jiggle, makes you proud of your body. You look at yourself, and having hobbies and activities that allow you to do these things, it allows you to dress into something that also makes you feel good. So it's very hard to, constantly fall into the comparison when your focus and your mindset is around doing things that make you feel good, rather than just sitting on the couch and judging people from social media, from scrolling through your phone, looking at them and judging them for doing the things that they love because we don't find enjoyment in doing those things. Really allowing yourself the opportunity to jump out there and see what is it that you do enjoy. If you don't think you can pole dance, maybe push yourself in that uncomfortable zone and see, if you do like it. If you don't like twerking, or you don't like contemporary movement, this beautiful like slow movement, maybe you might like more flow movement. I really say that like a woman, to be really in her femininity, needs to be in touch with her senses, needs some sort of movement in her body to really melt her into her heart space and drop her into her body. So these are just some simple tools to help you ease the guilt around comparison. It could literally be as easy as doing none of those things as a hobby, but putting on a beautiful playlist in the music in the morning, lighting some incense or some essential oils, just putting them on your arm, taking a few moments to breathe into your body, listen to some music that makes you feel good, beautiful, that makes you feel sensual, that just awakens that fire within you. That is all that you need to fall out of the comparisons and de-follow everyone in your social media that does not make you feel good. So the first thing about body comparison is unfollowing everyone that makes you feel yuck or not good. Declutter that shit. Start liking and following the pages that inspire you, that motivate you, that make you feel passionate. Like their photos, comment on their things, because this shows Instagram that you want to see more of that and will help eliminate the content that has been running through your feed. So those are 3 easy tips that can help you eliminate mum guilt around body comparison, having zero energy for sex, and around doing the things that make you feel like you again. Finding hobbies that make you feel like you, not mum you, not the lover you, but you. So if you liked this video, please, it would mean the world to me if you can support me by either liking it, dropping a comment below, subscribing by clicking one of these buttons over here. And I look forward to sharing some more valuable information with you. Enjoy.